Hello, my name is Dee Izmail. I'm the founder of Kawasaki Disease UK, registered charity Kawasaki Fund. My daughter was diagnosed in 1992 with Kawasaki disease when she was just 7 months old. Unfortunately, she was misdiagnosed on several occasions, and this was quite an alarming situation for us as a family. We felt quite frustrated that she was not diagnosed more promptly. We had seen our GP who'd prescribed her some penicillin, and then after a couple of days we were told that she probably was allergic to the penicillin because she had developed some other symptoms. She already had a high temperature, loss of appetite, and she had a rash all around her body. Her left eye was swollen and became discoloured. Her mouth was ulcerated, and she also had a strawberry tongue. We'd seen a couple of other GPs during that time, and then when we were really getting quite alarmed by her worsening, we went to an A&E, and they thought maybe she had a scarlet fever. We, after a couple of days, went back to our GP, and they told us that we should continue with some new antibiotics, which we did. But then by day 11, she was really like a rag doll, and it was just shocking that we were not getting that help and clarity of what was going on with our daughter. When we went to an A&E, which was the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in London, in East London, there was a South African nurse there who was very helpful and very grateful to him. He had seen this the set of symptoms before in South Africa, and he had told us that he believed she had Kawasaki disease, which was mucocutaneous lymph node syndrome, as described in an encyclopedia that he showed me. He said she should have a heart scan immediately. We really couldn't understand why previous doctors had told us Nadia had an infection or a virus or, allergies and various other things. However, when we had the scan done, it was found that she had 2 lots of aneurysms on her heart, and they started IVIG treatment for 10 days. They started immediately, and Nadia started showing a recovery. During this time, it was explained to us that her platelets were high and that the inflammation had caused swelling around the coronary arteries, which was quite dangerous. There was a risk of clotting of the blood flow, etc. And we just really didn't know what to think. Why has this happened? How can we know more about the illness? There were so many questions, and for some years I was not able to get any clarity, and I felt that I needed to do something about it, hence setting up my charity. I remember thinking, what's the prognosis on the long term for my daughter? Will she have a healthy adult life? Is there anything she should know about? Is there anything she should do, not do? For instance, exercising, or, what happened with those aneurysms? Could the scarring cause issues later on? Would the scarring disappear? What am I to expect? What is she to expect? I remember that going on for a few years, and then I decided that it's something I would like to do for the rest of my life, in terms of trying to uncover what Kawasaki disease really is. And I set about trying to set up a charity, which was quite challenging because I was a very busy fashion designer. I had a small son. He was premature and in intensive care for a while, and the gap between my children is only 1 year, and I didn't know if I really could commit to running an organisation that has got to have protocols and a really dedicated commitment. However, after 4 years I decided it's the only way to go, and this will help me will motivate me really to keep on looking for answers. One of my aims is to prevent rather than to fix. We were not so lucky with our daughter. She had 2 lots of damage to her heart, and I don't like to see this happening to other children. I speak to parents all the time, even GPs call us and try to see what else can be done and whether there's anything we can share with them to help. Yes, there always is. We can point them to the published research files on our website. We can connect them with Professor Levine, who's our UK specialist. He's very helpful. He responds immediately, and we also want people to be able to help themselves. So knowing the symptoms is imperative. Kawasaki disease is mainly inflammation that builds up around the coronary arteries of the heart. We still don't know why it builds up around the coronary arteries of the heart and not the brain or somewhere else. It's still a mystery. One of the messages I'd like to send out today is to say that if you or your child has had Kawasaki disease damage to your heart, you should get a calcification scoring test around 10 years.